Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Great Perspective, where we talk sports, politics, and everything in between. Uh, first and foremost, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We want to thank everybody for checking us out. All our subscribers, we want to thank you for sticking with us. And everyone else, as you're watching, whether you're watching the shorts or you're watching the long video, take time to just hit the subscribe button. It doesn't take anything, don't cost you anything, um, and support the channel. And to all those that do support and watch, we thank you. But we're gonna go ahead and start it off, man. We're gonna start off with that big game yesterday with the Lakers in Denver. I liked it. I thought it was entertaining. There was a little more defense normally than what you see in the NBA, and it seemed like at the end of the fourth quarter, they really, really picked it up, and both teams start playing like playoff basketball. And I thought it was a good game. But what was your thoughts on it?
Yeah, Lakers, my team. That's what I should have had on. But
You got the gold or yellow. You almost there.
but like me and you said before, all that resting, that's over with. All hands on deck here on out. Because now you're fighting for a position. Like right now, I'm watching Atlanta play Orlando, and they fighting to make that 8th seed. And Atlanta came from nowhere after the trade, and they acquired those players from Washington for Trae Young. Atlanta on a 10-game winning streak. So now the East is going to be a dogfight, and I can't wait. But back to the Lakers, like you said, that game was especially the fourth quarter was playoff basketball. Players diving on the floor for loose balls.
Even LeBron.
Yeah. Reeves.
His old self. Yeah.
Shooting the basket, missing the basket, getting his own rebound, taking it to overtime. Luka hitting the game-winning shot. That was, you couldn't ask for nothing better than that.
Yeah, that was entertaining. If the NBA games were like that every night, they wouldn't have an issue with ratings.
No.
And I know it'd be hard to play that every night on an 82 game season, but I'm just saying, this generation, I noticed this generation, they don't like for the older generation to talk about how things were with sports back in the day, 90s and 80s. They don't like the older generation to talk about relationships. You know what I'm saying? It's like this generation, they don't be wanting to hear that. They don't want to hear that. Especially when it comes to like sports and comparing the two eras. But those guys in the 80s and 90s and going back, they played the whole season. And they played with passion every night. But all I'm saying, the NBA has issues with ratings, and they wouldn't have an issue with ratings if they played that way every night. Because that was a good game last night.
Yeah, and tonight the Lakers play again Houston, which is another big game. People expected the Lakers to be, with the long absence of Luka being hurt, LeBron being hurt, Reeves being hurt. They thought the Lakers would been like a 7th or 8th seed. The Lakers number 3.
Yeah.
They got the number 3 seed. Yeah. So if they can hold off Houston, they'll be locked in because Minnesota just lost again to OKC yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's gonna be. And then the Clippers fighting for a play-in, but the night they played Denver just had,
What is it? The 6th through 9th seed in the play-in, right?
yeah, and Denver just had like 2 heartbreaking losses. One to the Lakers, and the day before that, one to OKC.
Mm-hmm.
Because Murray fouled out.
Yeah, he did. He fouled out yesterday. Yeah.
So it's getting good. It's getting good. And another good game was yesterday. Was New York and that was it New York and Dallas. Dallas almost beat them.
Dallas, man. I had so many high hopes for Dallas.
New York came back in the end, though.
Yeah, they going to the playoffs. New York going to the playoffs, man. But Dallas, man, I had that was my team I was going with. I had picked going to the finals if they had kept everything, with Flag and AD and thinking Kyrie would be back with those 2 bigs, Likely and Gafford, and then you still got Klay Thompson who can get hot any minute. I was like, nobody gonna beat them.
Yeah.
It fell how it fell. AD get traded, Kyrie out for the whole season again. You know what I'm saying? So then Likely get hurt, and it's like it's over with.
But it might be all well because next year Dallas come back with their bigs healthy, a healthy Kyrie, and a Cooper Flag that has experience.
Yeah.
And so now you can go on that run, and quiet as kept, Washington come back healthy next year with Trae Young and Anthony Davis. In the East, they can make some noise. Because the East ain't as strong as the West.
They got to be healthy.
But if Anthony Davis is healthy and a healthy Trae Young, that's a dynamic duo.
And then they got, he older now, but they got Middleton.
Middleton as well, who won a championship with Milwaukee.
So,
and all they need him to be is a spot-up shooter. Because AD got the paint, a healthy AD.
But it just depends. We just have to see.
Yeah.
Hey, next, let's get into, we talked about Houston and Lakers. I think, what's the score right now?
For who?
For the Lakers and Houston.
Oh, that game don't come on at 9:30.
Okay. I thought you were, okay.
The game I'm watching now was Atlanta and Orlando.
Okay.
They fighting for the 8th seed, and Atlanta blowing them out. Because
okay, that's why you said they, with those pieces, now they got a 10-game winning streak, and now things looking like, okay.
Yeah, like before they was looking for a lottery pick. Now they looking to make a playoff bid.
Yeah, okay.
But this whole week,
we just have to see.
Yeah, we got to see. That's why I say
the East ain't as strong as the West.
No.
So, in the East, you only got a few teams. Okay, you got Detroit, you got Cleveland, you got New York. That's it.
You got Cleveland, New York, Detroit. But if you can get a healthy Philly.
Yeah, but then you can't.
Philly,
I don't count them because
they in the same predicament as Dallas.
They don't never stay healthy. So
yeah, if Dallas had all their people, it would be a different conversation. If Philly had all their people, Paul George, Maxey, Embiid, Ankrum, you got 4 All-Stars, but you only have one playing every night because the whole half of the team hurt. You can't win like that. And they want to blame it on the coach, but no coach in history football, baseball can win with half a roster.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the Cowboys when they won those 3 Super Bowls? If Aikman was out, Irvin was out, Emmett was out,
it'd be like, hey, y'all. I mean, the Cowboys.
it wouldn't have been no
That's
Super
a bad
Bowl.
example because y'all got all the talent in the world now and can't even make the past one playoff spot. So I don't know. I mean, the Cowboys. That's not a good. That's not a good example. Hey, let's talk about the 83 points.
Adebayo.
Yeah.
It's been social media and sports analysts have mixed feelings about it.
Mm-hmm.
And
what you think?
I really say, because they're saying that when Kobe got his 81, they kept him in the game because the game was close.
Mm-hmm.
Adebayo in the fourth quarter, Miami was up 30 points. Mm-hmm. Why did you leave him in the game? And they saying that's, what people claim LeBron do, stat and pat. Statting,
yeah.
Just to beat records. And then it was a coach came on TV. The head coach for Arkansas used to be Kentucky old head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he was an NBA coach and he had 3 or 4 players had 50 points in the third quarter. Mm-hmm. But when the game was out of control, he sat him down. He could have left him in there to break, ridiculous records. Mm-hmm. But that's not good sportsmanship. Mm-hmm. And that's where the knock from Adebayo come from, is the game was over and not only are you the starter, you the franchise player of that team. Mm-hmm. So why didn't they pull you out the game? Mm-hmm. Just to break a record that wasn't really authentic?
Yeah.
The poster boy speaking against it is Charles Barkley. But everybody else, the Shaqs of the world, they congratulate Adebayo. I congratulate them, you know what I'm saying? Because
you congratulate anybody you scoring 83 points. That's hard. Some NBA players can't even score 15 points.
If you look at the game, even in garbage time, they still play defense. Mm. So if y'all can't stop the man, I
just didn't understand it based on his position and how his skill of play.
Yeah, he's more of a Charles Oakley. You remember Keon Martin when New Jersey went to the went to back-to-back finals and lost to the Lakers though. Mm-hmm. But with Jason Kidd, he's like a Keon Martin. Gonna get you a lot of rebounds, gonna get you about 18 points, but his main job is to do the dirty work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just didn't understand it. I didn't watch the game. I just didn't understand
how he's putting up that kind of numbers.
Yeah, but I guess in today's NBA, you can do that because most of the teams in the NBA don't play defense. And you can see it, how they play now. You can see it. But just based on his position and how he played, his skill set, I didn't see it. I just didn't see it, how he could get that, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, moving on. Yeah. Hey, let's get into this March Madness, this bracket. What you think about the bracket? Who you taking in the Final Four in the men's side? Um, I know who I got as far as two teams I know is gonna make it. But go ahead. What you thinking on the
Um,
bracket?
who I'm going with? I'm going with Arizona. Between Arizona and Florida to win it all. But they got Duke as the number one overall seed. But Arizona don't have no weaknesses. They got defense, rebounding. They can score with anybody. But we have seen in the past, those who've been watching college football for years, Arizona have monster teams and get to the dance and don't make it past the Elite Eight. This has been going on for 20, 30 years. But other than that, I'm going to tell you the teams I would not want to see, and that is Florida and Arizona. Them the two teams I wouldn't want to see in the tournament because Florida showed you from winning last year what they're capable of. Who do you think gonna take it?
I mean, I can see Florida. I can see Florida. I mean, it was a lot of teams that got in that I was surprised that got it. You know, they got a bid, but okay, like Furman,
Well, you know,
Prairie,
teams like Furman and St. Clair,
Fairview, Howard.
they in there because they won their conference. Conference winners got an automatic bid. Like whoever, like just say if South Carolina had a bad record but won the SEC conference championship, they would have had an automatic bid. But
yeah, Texas is in there from SEC. Texas A&M, they're in there.
they said the SEC got the most teams in there this year.
Yeah, Texas
From a
A&M,
conference.
Texas, yeah, they're in there.
Florida. I'm surprised
TCU's in,
Clemson
but
in
they
there.
not. They Big 12, but TCU's in there. Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to seeing them South Carolina women's. I'm
The
not
women's side.
the first round. That ain't even. I'm not even worried about that. They play small Christian academy or something. I'm not even worried about that. It's when you get to the Elite Eight. You know, but anything can happen at any time because you know we done seen upsets. How many times have you made it your bracket and you thinking the first round, 64, oh, I got all of them, I'm gonna make it to 32, and then you get a upset. You get what I'm saying? So anything can happen, but I don't see nobody beating South Carolina. Not in no tournament.
Yeah,
I
but
think it's gonna be
like that's the joy of the tournament is people seeing that Cinderella team. Because you remember back in 1996, the first time it happened, in the girls basketball, Harvard University girls, which was the 16th seed, beat the number one seed. The first time ever.
The boys did it too. A few years ago, it was Princeton.
So it can happen.
Yeah, Princeton made it to like the Elite Eight or something like that.
But it can happen. That's why it's so exciting. College basketball is so exciting because that Cinderella team. But if I had to throw a Cinderella team out there this year, it'll be Vanderbilt.
I was gonna say, yeah, they got a dog on their team, man. I can't pronounce his name, but he got one of those. I can't pronounce his name, but yeah, that dude. I watched. I was like, what? I said, oh, okay. They can't stop him because he's he's built he remind you of just a little smaller, but he's like a Zion type built. But he play like LeBron in the paint. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they can't. They ain't gonna be able to stop him. He already, a man among boys. He already in his man body, and he just a kid. You know what I'm saying? And he
Yeah.
still got growth. And he's already like that as a kid. He's 20, 21 years old. But yeah, I'm looking at Vanderbilt. They're gonna make some noise. He'll need help though, because you can't. Once you get to when you get to past the first round, you get to them teams. You know, those teams.
I believe when you get to the Sweet 16, is you with the best.
Yeah, but even after the first round, when you in the 32, like you get down to the 32,
yeah,
those teams, even if they're not as good as a mediocre team, they still coming off a win, and so they're looking ahead to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So if they got a team that got 3 or 4 good players, but your whole offense is surrounded and going through one player, the rest of the team better play some good defense.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. The closer you get to the Sweet 16, the more you dealing with Hall of Fame coaches.
Mm-hmm.
The coach from Michigan State, the coach. That's why the same teams are there. So now the talent matches up. So where do you get your edge from? You get your edge from coaching.
Yeah. The talent is matching up, so now you're going the coaches.
Yeah, like you say, when you go coaching, those coaches gonna say, okay, Vanderbilt got this player. Okay, now we're gonna double team him. We're gonna take him out the game. We're gonna let somebody else beat up.
Depending on how he play, because you know how some players they go right all the time.
Yeah.
So you try to make him go left, throw him off his game. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
When about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, when LSU played Caitlin Clark, them Indiana, for the national title, how LSU won, they took Caitlin Clark out the game. They said, we're going to let the other players beat us.
Yeah, she played at Iowa, right?
Yeah, Iowa. I mean, Iowa, my mistake. But they took Caitlin Clark out, double, triple teamed her, and said, we're going to let the other team show us that they can beat us.
And they only had, outside of her, I can't remember the other lady.
It was one other girl.
It was one other girl, and she was a shooter, but she couldn't do it all. That's what I'm saying. If you only got one player,
the coaching going to take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you get to the Sweet 16. Because that game, Iowa was just out-coached.
Well, it wasn't just out-coached. It was a talent level, too. Because if you...
Yeah, but the talent levels matched up. But so now you got to go to coaching, strategy. Okay, we're going to take Caitlin Clark out the game and let the other people beat us.
Yeah. And they couldn't. Because who they were playing, they had better talent. You got one player that was good. They got 3 or 4. Especially when you talk about UConn, South Carolina, LSU, you know what I'm saying? Baylor, they've had some good teams over the years.
UCLA, UConn.
Yeah. So you gotta, once you get once you get down to the Sweet 16, like you said, it's you gotta have your game plan ready. Everything gotta be locked and step. You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to go.
I remember one year UConn men and girls won it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
But the girls got a good head coach.
Mm-hmm. Hall of
And,
Fame.
and if he catch you in the Final Four, you're gonna have to outcoach him.
It's gonna be tough.
And there's only a couple of coaches out there that can outcoach him. And luckily, we got one of them in South Carolina.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. Yeah. Hey, you can't count LSU out.
Nah, because the coach,
Yeah.
when you got a coach, you always got a punch or shot. What they say in boxing, you got a punch or shot.
Yeah.
But it's getting late. It's almost that time. I want to thank everybody for watching. When we get back, hopefully getting closer to the end of the NBA season and closer to the
NFL.
Thursday is when the games actually start. It's like 15 games scheduled for Thursday. So tune in. We're gonna talk about it Monday. Tell us who you like, and send us your brackets. Send us your brackets. But I'm gonna give you. But for y'all gamblers out there, I'm gonna give you my picks on tonight's NBA. I give you a quick little 6-pick. You know, to take Kawhi Leonard over points, rebounds, and assists. Joker over rebounds and assists. And Murray over rebounds and assists. And then with the Laker game, Reeves, they got him too low. They got him like at 28. Reeves been scoring 30 points.
Yeah, he scored
the past
32 last
games.
night. Yeah.
Huh?
He scored 32 points alone last night.
That's what I'm saying. He been scoring 30, not even adding the rebounds and assists.
Yeah.
So they got him at 28 rebounds and assists. You got to take that free pick. And then with Sagoon being out for Houston, take Durant because they're going to feed him all night. And of course, you know to take Luka.
Yeah.
You know to take Luka. But we're going to put the question in on the most serious note. And right now, everybody is panicking about these gas prices. And I think this morning it was like, it's like 100 and I forgot X dollars a barrel. The highest gas been since the past 7 years. Do you see any relief anytime soon? Or do you think this is going to be a long ride?
I'll be optimistic. It's possible if the President Trump, he's trying to talk to NATO in China. If they come on board and they help over there, and he's able to get some type of deal or assistance, then where gas prices are now, and then you got to think when things happen, it's usually a week or two lag, right? So when the war kicked off, we didn't start feeling it till 2 weeks later. So it takes time. So like whatever gas price, if he can get that done, say this week, whatever gas prices will be in 2 weeks, it'll stay like that for a little while until if we can get the war to, come and just get some kind of deal in place where they can open up the Strait of Hormuz where those tankers can go in. But as of right now, I really don't see an end because the country is fighting a holy war. So they're not going to stop unless they're forced by one of their allies, which would be Russia and China. But why would Russia and China want to help us? You get what I'm saying? We aided Ukraine against Russia. We're protecting Taiwan against China. So why would China and Russia want to help us to help the world? Now they are affected because 90% of China's oil comes from that strait. They get it from Iran. So they need that lane to be open for them. But as far as gas prices, because you was talking gas prices, I don't think we'll ever see $2 something gallon no time soon. I won't say we won't see it again because it's possible. You know, people thought we'd never see $1 again, and in some cases, gas reached like $1.90 something, over like $1 high 90s over like 2 or 3 months ago. But and gas, I think got here to like the lowest I seen it here was like $2.13. I was like, what in the world? We about to break $1. And I haven't seen that since the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Gas prices being $1, I haven't seen that since the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, 98 cents, 99. Yeah.
You haven't
That's
seen
what people used to make jokes.
$1.97 for gas, $1.98, $1.99 for gas since the 90s. So, but as far as gas prices right now, I don't see it dropping, man. I mean, you want to be optimistic, but the reality is gas is going to increase, and which is going to increase everything else. Because if I'm a trucker, right, and I'm an owner operator, or if I own a trucking company, I have to raise my prices because the fuel prices. Diesel is already over $5 a gallon in some places. So I have to raise my prices. And then when I raise my prices to this business, the next business is going to raise their prices because the business before them that they were dealing with raised their prices because of the truck drivers and the cargo ships and everybody else and those other companies raising their prices. So eventually it gets passed down to us, the consumer. So food will go up. We're just going to get into inflation. That's why if you can save. Don't try to do too much spending, but nobody is seeing the writing on the wall. They don't understand that that this is not a temporary thing. It's not temporary because they're not going to stop. This is not Iraq. This isn't they're fighting a holy war. We're talking a religion. We're talking what they believe. Think about this. These are the same people that will strap something on their chest and go into a building and take everybody out. This is not going to. Gas going to be like this for a while, and we're going to end up seeing it in the grocery stores and when you go to the mall and everywhere else. They're already saying that. Plane tickets going to increase like 30% or whatever it said, 15, 20%, whatever it is. So we're going to see airline tickets, food, gas, everything's going to go up because oil affects everything. Even, you got certain petrochemicals in your food. You have certain petrochemicals in the medicine you take. When you take aspirin or whatever, there's petrochemicals in there. So petrochemicals are part of everyday life. So that's why oil is so important. That's why you see those countries like Dubai and Saudi Arabia, those dudes just wealthy because of oil. Oil. That's why the certain families in America they got wealthy because of oil.
Mm.
It's in everything. Petrochemicals. Once you refine it, you can put it. They put petrochemicals in everything, from food to gas to fuel, um, medicine. Everything has petrochemicals.
Mm. Well, that's something to give all us to think about. And the keynote to take away from all this is that you need to stop frivolous spending if you can.
Mm-hmm.
Save your money
Mm-hmm.
because, like he said, this just the beginning of a long endurance. Just like the war in Ukraine, they thought it was going to be a 2-minute war. Russia was going to walk all over them, and it's lasting years.
Yeah, it's been
And,
2 or 3 years ago.
and United States has stepped their foot into the same mud puddle. So
Mm-hmm.
be smart about it. Always think first. But we're gonna get back to the sports to give
Yeah. So
to
March
give us a
Madness.
place
March Madness
and
this week. March Madness. I like that's outside the NBA playoffs. March Madness is that's my basketball go to. Outside of the NBA.
everybody love it because everybody fighting. There's no hidden agendas. Everybody trying to make it.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
want
It
to thank
don't feel
you.
like even though the players are making money now, but it seems like they still play like they not making money.
Oh, they playing that. I already got the bag, so it is what it is.
But they still playing like the players, the college players play like UIL before UIL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They still play like most of them still play like before UIL. Now they move around and chase and get in the transfer portal and all that. Yeah, they do that. But they still play.
Yeah.
NBA. Now, like I said, the Lakers and the Denver game, that was a good game. Every
But
team, every game play like that. NBA won't have they wouldn't have any issues as far as ratings if every team, every player, every coach is managed and played like the Laker and Denver game was last night. The NBA wouldn't have no issues as far as ratings.
but like me and you said before, with all that resting, when it get to the playoffs, that's gonna cease. All hands on deck.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna see what real NBA basketball look like.
Mm-hmm.
And now you with on top of that with March Madness, I look for this to be an exciting month. But I want to thank.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna jump back on it on Monday. And I
Mm-hmm.
want to thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button, and tell a friend.
Yeah, support the
Trying to build
channel.
this community.
Yeah, support the
And
channel.
people got any last words?
That's it. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Ray NT.